up? It's race day. New track here in Iowa. I think we're in Weldon, Iowa. Pretty cool place. We camped last night. This one's a little different. It's about 8 mile track. It's got a motocross track with it that we have to endure as well. So check it out. So this track here, it was in Weldon, Iowa. It was actually a pretty gnarly track. A lot of stuff I wasn't expecting. I've been racing, I don't know, off and on for a couple of years now, racing XC, and yeah, this one definitely whipped my ass. I had a lot of stalls, a lot of issues with my clutch. About halfway through the race, towards the end, maybe, I started figuring out the issue. I mean, clutch cable was burnt. It was kind of out of adjustment. Just a lot of hiccups and stuff like that. I changed gearing beforehand. Didn't really put too much time in trying to mess with my gearing. But yeah, I learned a lot about pre-setup. So on this track, there's a lot of down timber, a lot of big hills, a lot of off camber. I raced quite a few quads this year. I raced a Pan-Am DS 450. I tried that one through Coon Creek. Didn't make it. Got my first did not finish on that one. Then I got a 400EX. Raced it at what was it? Mount Pleasant, Greenhurst Farms. I actually finished with that one. And as you see, the LTZ 400, that was it was not a good choice for this track. I mean, like I said, I had a lot of issues that didn't really show its face until I was actually racing it. So this track, though, I mean, I think I fast forwarded through, I think the second lap is when I actually started recording. I had forgot to turn the camera on. First lap was just terrible. I was catching up, keeping up with people, and then I slid around the corner into some brush, got stuck. Took me about 10 minutes to get it out. Then eventually, sometime afterwards, I went around the corner, tried to hop over a tree, came out of the rut, almost rolled it, so I put my foot down, ran over my own foot, yanked me off the quad. I was stuck underneath it for, you know, probably 15-20 seconds, wrestling my foot out. Then after that, I was just exhausted mentally and physically, just wanting to get it done and over with. But yeah, it was just one thing after another. I had a terrible case of wicked arm pump. I mean, I think it was probably going on the third lap. I couldn't even push with my thumb anymore. I was just basically pushing with the palm of my hand. It was just a mess. Didn't even really have the strength to pull in the clutch sometimes. I mean, my reaction times with my hands were just terrible. I was so worn out. But that's how it goes in racing. Can't wait to start 2025 season. Picked me up one of my old quads. It's 2007 LTR 450. Did a little bit of work to it. Just been practicing here and there. Just can't wait to start racing this year again. Pretty excited. So see what happens this year. Out here, I just wasn't sure why everybody had stopped here. I know it was a little rough section, but I mean, yeah, it wasn't too terrible. So. But a lot of rough sections, I mean, they were pretty short. Like I said, some of these hills that we were going down, they were huge. I mean, I was watching some of the guys go down some of them hills next to me while I was, you know, taking a drink of my hydration pack water. I mean, their back tires were actually leaving the ground while they were going down. So it was, some of them hills were pretty gnarly. It was deeply rutted and off camber. It was definitely different from all the other places that I've raced in previous races and stuff. It was actually a dust bowl too. I mean, we did get a little bit of rain that day. Not nothing to settle the dust down though, but I ended up eating a lot of dust. Yeah, I seen in the videos that the sound is kind of distorted. The machine sounds a little weird. I ended up putting it on the handlebars because I didn't see anybody else running a helmet mount for the GoPro, so I'm not exactly 100% sure on the rules for that. I'm pretty sure it's based off of the AMA rules, so, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, follow the rules. And I would also like to give a shout out to my sponsors, Midwest Lawn Care and Landscaping in Quincy, Illinois. We got Java River Cafe Bakery in Keokuk, Iowa. We got Tim's Machine Shop from Quincy, Illinois. We got the Paloma Diner from Paloma, Illinois. We got G&D Tank from Tremont, Illinois. This year would be a better year for racing for me and my kids. I know I got, let's see, I want to say 4 or 5 of the races out of this season already marked. There's going to be a couple of them I can't make, but my kids will also be racing the dirt bikes. Try to talk them into maybe trying a hair scramble on their quads, but I'm not sure if they'll be ready by then, so we'll just have to see. Racing for me, it's just purely fun. I don't try to take it as serious as some people do. I mean, there's more power to you. I'm not knocking them or anything, but I mean, it's a lot more fun for me. It's a lot more challenging than, you know, just me and my friends, you know, and kids just riding around, going to, you know, off-road parks and stuff. I mean, you got to actually try to do one hair scramble. Some people might fall in love with it like I did. Some people might never want to do it again. I completely understand that. All me and my brother ever wanted to do was race dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, whatever we can get our hands on. Whenever we had a machine, you couldn't keep us off of it. We'd ride the piss out of it till it blows up or whatever, you know, because we were kids, we didn't know what we were doing, you know, as far as like working on and rebuilding and all that stuff. But I mean, that's all we wanted to do growing up. And when I finally did my first race, I think I was 28 maybe, I can't remember. Tried motocross, didn't work out too well. I was originally going to try to race bikes, but I just didn't get the balance to race bikes. So I basically just started messing with 4-wheelers, and then one thing led to another, and here I am racing quads, you know, trying to race quads. But as I said before, you gotta have fun doing what you're doing. I mean, things happen. You can blow your motor up. I mean, you can smoke your clutch. You could, you know, bend your A-arm, you know, destroy your front bumper or whatever, roll it down the hill. I mean, things happen. You can't stop that, but you can't let it stop you either. So just go out, have fun. Like I said, if you ever decide you want to try it, I mean, it's definitely a challenge. You know, it's definitely a workout that you ain't used to. So. But it is fun. I mean, I did my first one. I did my first hair scramble. I think it was back in 2018, maybe 2019, and I took a 400EX, was racing it over there at Sandy Oaks, and it didn't work out too well in the sand. It was just really underpowered. I couldn't get out of third gear without trying to kill it or lugging it, and it was a mess, man. I didn't know what the hell I was getting myself into. Fast forward, you know, I'm still riding and racing, and I enjoy it. So. But as you see in this video, I was trying to run it, right here I kill it. I was trying to run it in second gear. Most of these hills, when you hit the bottom, it's kind of washed out at the very bottom, so the camera doesn't do it justice at all. It's just me trying to run this thing in second wasn't working, so you'd have to, you know, shift down real quick into first the best you can, and eventually doing that, I ended up killing it on the hill, not once, but I think 2 or 3 times. It was a mess. There was one video on here that you'll see. I kill it on this hill and I can't get it to start back up. So I'm sitting here trying to get it to start. It won't come out of gear. It shifted in between first and second. Wouldn't find neutral at all. I think I cut it, but I was sitting there probably about 15 minutes trying to get this thing started. Finally got it started after I adjusted the clutch cable almost all the way out and managed to finish the race, but just stuff like that, you know, it's unexpected, you know, you can't really predict it, so it is what it is. Like I said, some of these videos, these hills, they don't seem like they're nothing, like especially this one. You got jam on the brakes, I killed it right there. I mean, it is off camber. I felt like I was gonna roll it going down there. Tried to run it up and first, I think it was, killed it, rolled it back down, and then I think I had like 4 or 5 different riders behind me. And of course, you know, I'm getting lapped there, so it is what it is. I'm not sure what happened to that kid there. It looks like he's not having a very good time, though. I don't know if he had to get pulled out or what happened there. Maybe he got hurt. I wasn't 100% sure. Down on this section here, I was just trying to find the direction of the marker here, but you're running on sand, so this part was pretty fun. It's pretty relaxing compared to the rest of it. I didn't know how far out you had to keep going until, you know, you seen right there. But I don't know what happened here. I think I stopped to maybe get a drink or something like that. I can't remember. Bouncing back and forth between first and second gear in this tight stuff. I mean, that's all you really can do. I mean, try not to wrap out first gear too much. As far as I knew, this motor was off stock. I bought it from a kid in Iowa. It had stock exhaust on it. He had some bolt-on stuff like front bumper, and I think he had, it had some bead locks on it, but the tires were kind of junk. So that's about the only thing I did was I replaced the steering stem. It was bent just a little bit. So I think it was a Lone Star. I got it off of a dude I know. Put some fresh tires on it. And I I think I jetted it and put HMF exhaust on it. I know I did that. I think that's about it. And I mean, I can't remember what clip this is. I think it was maybe somewhere in between second and third lap, something like that. But I was just exhausted, just trying to make up speed. Couldn't do it. Just too exhausted. That's some wicked arm pump going on. Just trying to maintain my sanity right here. Just at some point in time, I realized that on my hydration backpack, I lost the tip, so I lost all the water out of the tube. So I was trying to siphon whatever I can out of the actual bag. It wasn't working too well, so I flagged down the spectator, and they just happened to have a cooler full of water, and I was very fortunate and thankful for that. So I chugged the water bottle and, you know, trying to make up for my lost time. I think I wasted probably a good 5 minutes trying to get water out of my backpack. It wasn't working. So. So I mean, the good and bad things about racing one of these is it has a power in between a 400EX and a 450. So I mean, that's good. I enjoyed that very much, but the front end has way too much push. Like I said in the first lap, I forgot to hit the record button. I go around a corner trying to keep up with the rest of the pack, and the next thing I know, I'm being pushed into a brush pile, and I spend about 10 minutes trying to get this thing out, wrestling it out, and then yeah, that's about the only downfall. I mean, it's a good idea if you're going to hit jumps and, you know, maybe race motocross and stuff, but it didn't work for me with the front end being way too light. As far as points go, last year I didn't do too terribly bad. I started off in my normal class, which was 26 plus C. I got 15 out of 20 or maybe 22. I can't remember how many there were in there. And then in mid-season I switched to 30 plus, and I got 10 out of 15 on that. So I'm just going to leave you with the rest of this video to watch. Hopefully I can get some more videos this year of all my races and get, you know, a couple extra batteries for my GoPro. But enjoy, and y'all have a good one. Well, you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you all later.